Hi, I just woke up. I'm gonna take my glasses off there so there's... What? Today, we're gonna be talking about eyeliner. That's right, eyeliner. I love it. I feel better with it on. Do I need it in my life? I like to do a wing. I like to do a big, sharp wing. If I can use liquid liner, I will. I oftentimes just use either black or brown. Brown liquid liner is probably my favorite, just like across the board if I'm doing something glam or not. I used to love black eyeliner more, but you know, I don't know. I guess it kind of depends. So now I'm contradicting myself, but here we are. Eyeliner has a lot to do with your eye shape, what you prefer, and so a lot of the tips that I'm saying today are just kind of from my perspective, for my eye shape, and I want to share them with you. If they don't apply to you, if you find that this technique doesn't work, there are a few other ones that I can definitely mention and go more in depth later, but I'm going to show you how I do my wing and kind of my like foolproof tips, method, way to do it, routine. Okay, thank you for joining me here. If you want to go ahead and subscribe, give this a like, I would really appreciate it. If you want to check out all my other stuff like Patreon, other socials where you can find me, the podcast, what have you, I will include that in the description down below. But let's get started. All right, so clearly I have nothing on, well, maybe not clearly, but I have nothing on my face right now. I've just cleansed and toned my face. I don't have any moisturizer or what have you, and then I just put a little bit of eyeshadow on just because I feel like if I do something simple, if I did something really bold and like I feel like with, you know, a cut crease or a halo eye or whatever, what have you, I think that might kind of take away from what you see and how you see the eyeliner laying, so I wanted to keep it pretty simple. I've just used the Dose of Colors Baked Browns palette. I love this for every day. I've talked about this so many times. Let me tell you what, this is such a good palette. Anyway, so I'm gonna go in, like I said, with liquid liner today, and I am gonna use a brown liquid liner. Now this one is a felt tip, whether it's felt or a brush tip, kind of, some people really feel one way or the other. I like both. I don't like when felt tips get like really like flimsy and they don't hold their structure. Sometimes I feel like that can be pretty frustrating. So a brush obviously kind of keeps that longevity for longer because it's just the bristles and you can kind of, they pinch back together from my experience. And you know, it kind of depends on the product. So, but I am using the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner, and this is in the shade Dark Brown. To me, a liquid liner with a tip like this is easy because you can kind of stamp it down. Now this is probably my first like tip, if you want to say it as that, or my first tip. Yeah, sure. It's makes it easier so you can kind of get your groundings of where you want the angle of your wing to be. Let me show you. So my right eye is always easier than my left. I think it's just because I'm right-handed and my hand's right here, and then obviously going over here, it's kind of, you know, whatever. Because everyone has different eye shapes and one eye might be different than the other, and they usually are, even if they look very symmetrical, they probably are. It's a little tricky. So getting this down, don't be hard on yourself. If you feel like they're not even for a while, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. You got this. Don't let the eyeliner smell your fear, okay? So I'm just gonna go ahead and start and kind of walk it through. So what I do, I'm gonna do it on the right and the left so you can see from both angles, and hopefully it's clear on here. But what I like to do is to line up where I want the angle to be this way. So I'll do like the outer edge of it first. So I like to kind of place this down, and there are times that I like to do an eyeliner that's a little more angled down and out. It kind of gives it a more like punkish, kind of weird, like, I don't know, grungy, edgy vibe. Today I'm just gonna use like normal liquid liner, a little bit flicked up. Not super high up and not super down. I'm over explaining this. Okay. The way that I start is I follow my lash line here and see that the angle that it goes up, I kind of follow that like invisible line and place. I really hope that I do this right now, but if I don't, oh well. Place this line first. So this is just the angle that I want my liner to go. From then on out, I kind of build it up. I can see here that for me to connect this back to my lid, I'm gonna fill in this space to make it, while my eyes open, make it a triangle of sorts. Like a triangle that looks like obtuse. That's an angle. Isosceles triangle. Acute angle. No, it's not acute. I know it's not that. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. So then I go from my lash line and I build it over this way. Sometimes I take my time, sometimes I do this rather fast. And then I just color in that little space, like so. This already is not my best wing, I know that. I think it's just because I'm filming it, honestly. This is quite long and quite flat. That's okay, I like that shape as well. And then I just kind of go in, and because this is a felt tip and the tip of this is very fine, I can really go in and kind of like poke around and fill in the blank spots. From this point, when my eye is open, I can see that there's a little dip down here. I don't really like that, so I'm gonna fill that in and go straight across, like so. Of course, this is the day that I screw this up. All right. Actually, you know what? This is a perfect moment to, number one, everyone screws up their eyeliner. Number two, how to fix it. Take a Q-tip if you got one. I'm sure that you do. I usually like to take a little bit of micellar water and just like, boop, just a little bit. And I will take this, I let this kind of dry, because the angle's not bad. I don't mind the angle, but this little, you see this little bloop right here? I don't want that. So I'm just gonna, so I take the wet side, then I take the dry side and try to just erase it. It's important that you go in with the wet and the dry so it kind of doesn't make too much of a mess, I find. Then I like to take my eyeshadow brush and kind of blend over so it doesn't look too noticeable. From this point, I will just kind of build in this way. So there we go. It's not perfect. That's okay. So now I'm going to show you on the other eye how I do this as well, and this might be a little bit better for you to see since it's here. I don't know. But I like to look in the mirror, and again, I will take the brush, the felt tip brush, and kind of pat it, like stamp it down sideways to kind of line up the angle with how the other line is going. Now, because the other one isn't so perfect and it has this weird little bit in here, I try not to pay too much attention to that, and I just want to pay attention to the bottom angle matching that up on the other side. So I usually do want to that. Again, you can kind of see it follows like the lower lash line out. So I make the stamp and then bring it in. So just like that. And now here I can see the angle is really, like looking forward into the mirror, I can see that the angle lining these two up is very close. It looks pretty good. I know as soon as I put mascara on, I'm not going to pay attention to this little mishap over here, so it really doesn't matter. If you want to start over, you totally can. But sometimes I just don't have time. So that's pretty good. From this point on, I will build up the wing, going from the bottom and the top to get it a little bit thicker. This size of wing isn't bad. I like this size, but I also like a bigger wing. So building up again, just taking your time and doing what you want. From here, that to me looks borderline perfect. I love how that looks. It is a great angle with the other side. It's flowing perfect. Look at that. My left eye worked out better today. Of course. You got camera shy, it's fine. So here's where we're at. They're pretty even. I can tell that this one's a little bit longer. So I will try to extend the tail over here. That's a little more difficult. Again, if you're working with a really fine point pen, whichever kind of pen it is, or if it's brush, it's a little easier, but extending the tail I feel like is usually the part that I screw up, despite what you saw earlier. But it's usually the part that I have the most difficulty because I want to take it out, I want to make it bigger, and then it's like, I press a little too hard and it gets a little too thick out here, and then I'm like, I shouldn't have messed with it. I'm gonna try now just to kind of see. And there you have it, my eyeliner. This is daily eyeliner for me. I like to wear wings on a day-to-day basis for the most part. Unless I'm not wearing any makeup at all, obviously, then I don't wear any makeup at all. But wings to me just add another level of edge that I really like with my makeup. It makes it a little more strong. I really enjoy them. I'm gonna get right up in your personal space right now and just show you kind of how they both lay angle wise. Again, the star of the show over here. You can see also when I close my eye that this is kind of up higher and then goes down. Just that angle works really, really well with my eye shape. I think I have more like almond shaped eyes technically, but yeah, just want to show you the liner. I love these steel liners, they're amazing. You definitely don't have to spend, I think they're like over 20 bucks. They're usually on sale for Ulta 21 days, which they were recently just passed. So I hope you got some if you wanted to try it. But they're pretty much always on sale for that. So if you want to wait to get them at a better price, I definitely would. But there are plenty of eyeliners out there that are much more affordable and they work just fine. But I do love this one. I've been using it for years, and this is how I get my wing. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I will come back when it's a little more polished and finished. That way you can kind of see how it all comes together. BRB. All right, so here we are. I am all finished with everything else. I did my makeup on a TikTok live, the rest of it at least, and just kind of chatted with you all, which is very lovely. So thank you if you joined me there. I didn't do anything else with the eyes. I highlighted my brow bone with the highlighter, but other than that, I wanted to, like I said, keep the eyes kind of simple so you could see the eyeliner just a little bit better. Eyeliner on this side is still going strong. It is still leaps and bounds from the other eye, but that's fine. Not leaps and bounds. I should give myself more credit. It's fine. And this is pretty much it. I do this eyeliner almost every day. I will include all the other products I have on my face in the description down below. So if you're curious about anything else that is here, you know where to find it. And yeah, my biggest advice with eyeliner is to practice a lot. I know that's annoying. I know that's probably not what you want to hear. You just want to be good at it and be done. I understand. The more you practice it, the more you learn what angle you like for your eye, the easier it will be. I promise you. I've been doing winged eyeliner for years, and it is literally, I mean, it's kind of second nature. Do I screw up sometimes? Still, yeah, every once in a while. It's an easy fix though. It's not the end of the world. Every once in a while it feels like it. If I'm a little overwhelmed that day and my eyeliner goes wrong, I'm like, I can spiral. It's fine. But anyway, for the most part, just practice. Like I said, lining down the bottom angle and going from there, building up slowly is really going to be beneficial to you. I hope that you found this helpful. Everyone's eye shapes are different, so bear that in mind. What works for me might not work for you, or it might be just the ticket. If nothing else, I hope you just offer yourself the patience to kind of learn winged liner, because it is difficult sometimes to kind of just pick up, especially if you're just starting with eyeliner. It can be a little tricky, but I have full faith in you and you can do it. Anyway, if you like this video today, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel as well. You can find all of my other stuff like Patreon, the podcast, what else is there? Merch, other socials, all down below, like I said before. Patreon videos are a little more exclusive, and there are other content that I don't put anywhere else. So if you're looking for more of that, I highly suggest you joining. It really helps me as a creator and just doing my thing. I really, really, really appreciate it, and it would really mean a lot to me if you could join. Patreon has been a really great place for me as a creator, and if you like my content and you want to support me in this endeavor, I would highly suggest joining. There are different tiers and you can go through and see which one is best suitable for you. It's been a lot of fun for me, and I really, really do appreciate it. Other than that, I'm just gonna get going. Thank you so much for joining me here today while I talk about my eyeliner, and yeah. As always, I hope you all are doing well, taking care of yourselves, and being kind to others. I will catch you in my next video. Bye!